welcome to Visit Fiction. I don't know why I said both of those things.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Kristen.
And we are...
Besties bonding over books.
Woohoo! Love it. And today we're bonding over It's Not Summer Without You, the second installment of the Summertime Pretty series.
Yes.
Love it. Here for it. This is like...
My least favorite one.
Well, it's like the one that was like,
Getting more gut-wrenching.
Yeah. I was like, dang.
It'd be hard to have been reading these when they came out and not have the third book, I think.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Like having to wait.
With how it ends.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree for sure.
So I'll read the back really quick. After spending every single summer at Cousins Beach, Belly's life is about to change. Since her brief relationship with Conrad fizzled out this past winter, she'll be staying home for the first time. Her best friend, I'm putting that in quotes myself, Taylor, has lots of plans for them.
I was like, did it quote that?
It doesn't. I did. Savage. Has lots of plans for them. Boat parties and tanning by the pool and new boys to obsess over. But when Jeremiah calls and says that Conrad has disappeared, all roads seem to lead back to the beach house. Will Belly spend another summer chasing after Conrad, or will she finally be able to let him go?
Man, Conrad's like... he is such a dick in this book.
He is.
That's the hardest pill to swallow.
I think that's why I don't like it.
Because when you like because it like alludes to a lot at the beginning, and then when you get how the events unfolded at like prom and stuff, it's like Conrad's not being such a dick.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah,
it's a tough one to read through. And like I get why she falls for Jeremiah.
Yes, he's right place, right time for sure.
Yeah.
When did you rate this one?
I think a 3.
Ooh, okay.
I gave the first one a 4. I think I gave the second 2 a 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'd say like 3.5.
3.5, yeah. If we're doing like fractions, it's not like I think I just like was frustrated by a lot of things.
That's very frustrating.
It's just like probably. I mean, it's well written. It's like I'm supposed to be frustrated, I guess.
Yeah, she gave me in the feels.
Yeah.
If you haven't read it,
get out of here.
Get out of here. Come back, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so least favorite, honestly, like
Taylor.
Oh yeah, Taylor might be my least favorite.
Because in this one, she's pretty big. This is where they like have a friend fight, isn't it? They break up.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure.
That seems right.
Can't remember why, but I just remember not liking her.
Because she's like, oh, we're gonna have a summer together, and then she goes and like helps Jeremiah, and she's like, why are you leaving? Like, this is not your problem. And it's like, they're my best friends.
And I think that she also, this is a book where she has the flashbacks about Taylor, like, dating Jeremiah.
Oh, like, having a crush on him and stuff.
But they, like, go out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Favorite character in this one, my favorite character was her mom.
What did her mom do?
Her mom, at the end of the book, because it's...
Oh, she forces them to, like, keep the house, right?
She tells the dad, she's like, this is not your house.
Yeah.
She's like, you never came here.
Yeah.
She's like, this was Susanna's house. Susanna is everywhere in this house. We were, like, it's not even our house. Like, the boys were here every summer. They grew up here. She's like, you have no right. And I was like, yes!
I would agree with that. She steps up a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, because it's also when, like, Belly's, like, drunk and she calls her mom.
She does. She calls her mom. She's like, I'm at this summer house. They're selling
and then she, like, falls asleep and, like...
Yeah. No, I really appreciated her mom for that, because she just told the dad like it was.
Yes.
It's like, yo. Come on.
And the dad sucks. The dad just, like, he's, like, non-existent in the TV show, really. But he just, like, sucks.
He sucks in the books.
He does.
He's like, we're selling this house.
Yeah.
And he's like, he is more like, I feel guilty. I can't have this house.
Yeah.
Like, because he cheated on her and stuff. And it's like, why do I don't want these, like, reminders of her.
They're not for you.
Exactly. They're not for you. You weren't here anyway.
Get over yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Get over yourself.
But yeah, it all starts because, well, we start by, like, kind of rehashing the fact that Conrad and Belly did date. And then they kind of, like, pepper in, like, what happened.
And Susanna's dead.
Susanna is dead. She did not beat cancer the second time. But the catalyst is Conrad's gone missing from college, and Jeremiah wants to find him, and he asks Belly for... Well, he calls Belly first just to see if she's heard from him, I think.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
She's like, why would I have heard from him? Because they're broken up, but you don't know why they're broken up yet.
Right, exactly. And then I think he does ask her to come help.
Yeah, they go to the college. They ask his roommate. And he's like, he went to some I think he knew that for some reason. Oh no, they run into this girl, I think.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, I think this is where he went or something. She gives a clue.
And I didn't realize, I don't think it happens like this in the show. Belly finds the necklace in his college dorm room and she takes it.
She takes
which
it.
is so weird to me.
Oh yeah.
That's not how it happens in the show.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's one of my questions. It's like when Belly sees the infinity necklace in Conrad's drawer, she takes it and impulsively and pulls it out. And it's like, would you have taken that necklace if you were Belly?
No.
No.
Or if I had, I wouldn't put it on.
She wears it.
She wears it. And she's like, and I get that she instinctively knows that it's for her.
But he
didn't give it to you.
He did not give that to you.
You're broken up. You haven't seen him in months.
It's crazy.
It's weird. It is so weird.
It's so weird. She does some cringy things, and that is like That's like top
cringe.
Top 2 cringy things she does.
It's
taking that necklace and wearing it.
Cringe. Yes, I don't like it.
Don't do that. You know it's for you, but don't do that.
Don't do that. He didn't give it to you.
It's freaking weird.
It's like in the Adam Brody and
Kristen Bell?
Yes, what's it called?
Nobody Wants This.
Nobody Wants This. It starts out with his girlfriend finding the engagement ring
and putting it on,
wearing it, and he's like, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh, I found it." He's like, "That's the one thing I get to do."
No sane person would do that.
It's insane.
No sane person.
It's insane.
Would do that.
So that's what it reminded me of. And he breaks up with her for that in the show.
As she should.
It is insane.
It's cringy.
It's so bad. But anyway, Belly's a little bit younger, so I'll maybe forgive her.
Yeah, she's still a teenager.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, Belly, don't do it, don't do it. And then she does.
So she takes the necklace. They drive to Cousins.
Yes. Conrad is rude to her. Like, super when they get there. He's like, why is she here?
Yeah.
Do you think he has, like, not knowing what's going on?
Okay. Like, pretending like I don't know.
Yeah. So do you think Conrad has a right to be rude when they arrive at the beach house when he's trying to keep it from being sold?
So this before I know that it's...
you don't know anything about how they broke up at this point because it's towards the beginning of the book.
But do I know that the beach house is being sold?
You know
yes.
You know,
that's what I'm coming off of. Okay.
You know the beach house is being sold.
I don't think he should be rude because, like, even though even like not knowing anything else, I need him knowing that he's trying to save the beach house. Like, he shouldn't be trying to do it alone, right?
Yeah.
Like, at the very least, he should have Jeremiah there. I can understand why he's more mad of Belly being there, if like even like just like knowing they broke up, full stop.
Mm-hmm.
But like Jeremiah being there. Like, that's your brother, that's your mom's other son. Like, you should not be mad about that. Mm-hmm. But I can understand, because if my brother showed up with my ex-girlfriend...
What are you doing?
I'd be like, what is she doing here?
Yeah.
And if I knew that you liked her too...
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you didn't know already.
Yeah, picking up all the vibes.
Yeah, I would not be happy.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you agree, or do you...
No. I'd agree.
Yeah.
It's like, tone it down, like, just a notch. Like, you have a right to be rude, but...
Yeah.
Like, let's... Try to be a little sensible here, man.
Yeah. And he's just
it's not their fault.
No.
Exactly. It's like, if your dad, be rude all day long.
Yeah, well, she is.
Well, she is, yeah.
And he's just, like, hot-headed. And, like, it's interesting because in the book, it's just, like, a lot of... In the middle, it's just kind of a lot of just, like, them, like, existing at the beach house together.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on.
No.
They're just kind of, like, reminiscing.
And that's when you start, I guess, it unfolds. Like,
they're trying to, like, the realtor comes, they're trying to, like...
Shoo them away.
But then you get some flashbacks. You can learn what happens. They were together after we went home for the summer. They were together, like kind of like talked. He visited some.
He went to college.
At this point, Susanna is still alive.
Yes,
she's
just sick.
Yeah, she's just sick. He's in college. He's decided he's gonna like become a doctor.
Which is that makes sense.
Yeah, and like everything's like good.
And talk on the phone because they don't have cell phones.
Yep. And then, like, I think he starts to realize that his mom is not doing well again.
Yeah.
And then he goes to prom, but he's just, like, not in a headspace.
And I think he only goes to prom because Susanna asked him to.
Yeah. Like...
She wants to see her girl, Belly.
Yes.
In a prom dress with her son.
Yes. And so... But he is just, like, such a jerk at prom. Like,
and
won't dance with her.
I still don't really understand why. Like, I get it. I think he's, like, mentally, like, not in a good place.
Yeah, I think he is so... Not emotional, but I think his just, like, mood is so dependent on, like...
he like can't compartmentalize.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he is distraught because of his mom is like starting to do worse again. And I think it just bleeds into everything, and he just like can't make himself be happy.
And it just sucks because like if anyone will understand that, it's Belly.
I know.
It's like she's not just some like random girl.
Yes.
And
but
it just hurts.
then it's just like I feel like he's like, well, I can't ruin this day for her. But then he ends up ruining the day for her anyway.
He like forgets her corsage.
And he like, won't dance with her.
And
then he wants to leave.
Yeah, and he wants to leave, and she's like, I thought you were spending the night. He's like, I think I'm just gonna go back to college. She's like,
and she's just like, we're done.
Yeah, well, good for. And honestly, Belly, I'm like questionable about a lot of things she does, but I was proud of this.
Good for you, because like you are not getting what you need. Yeah. He's not wanting to open up, and it's just like
you don't deserve to have to deal with that.
No,
you don't.
And so she's just like, well, we're done, aren't we? That's what like I'm feeling right now. And he doesn't argue with her at all. He's just like
shrugs and like leaves.
Yeah, it's just. It.
And then he lies to Susanna.
Oh, we had a wonderful time. We danced all night. Da, 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 da.
Which pissed me off.
Yeah, it was so annoying. And Jeremiah is just like, I know that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, Jeremiah, call him out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just...
He's so frustrating.
He is a pill. He doesn't know how to like properly process his emotions.
No.
And I'm just like, bro, I need you to like grow up just a little bit.
Please.
Grow up just a little bit.
Please.
And then Susanna dies.
She does die.
And
the funeral. Oh, that's where all the shit goes down.
Yep. So, they're still, obviously they're broken up.
Yeah, but she hasn't seen, I don't think she's seen him since prom, really.
She hasn't seen him. Vader! So, she hasn't seen him, and she's like distraught because of Susanna, distraught because she doesn't really have closure from Conrad.
Yeah.
Vader! And so, she yells at him in front of everybody at the funeral.
Well, it's because she opens the door to, like...
And he's, like...
his head in the lap of his ex-girlfriend that he loves.
Yes. The Aubrey?
Yeah.
Maybe? The one that, at the first book, it was like, oh, is he still dating that girl? And Susanna's like, no, he broke up with her.
Yeah.
But they had been dating for a while.
Yeah. And so she was like...
And it's like a girlfriend from home. So, like, Billy only saw him, like, basically during the summers. Yeah. It's like, she was his, like, in his, like...
And I think he admits that was, like, his first love. I think he says that to her.
And...
So she's, like, rightfully so.
Yeah, she's like, oh my gosh.
But not the time or place
this girl's comforting you?
Yeah.
And he kind of, like, runs after her because she's, like, distraught.
And then then they're
and
yelling.
She's just like, screw you, or whatever. I can't remember exactly what she says, but she lets him have it.
She does. And, like, it's just not the time or place.
In the middle of, like, the wake from the funeral. Yeah. It was awful.
It was really... That was, like, so cringe.
It was. I had secondhand embarrassment.
I did, too.
Ugh.
I did, too.
And then... So you're, like, getting this while they're still at the beach house in present day.
Yeah. And they're just kind of, like... They're now not ignoring each other. They're, like, kind of comfortably...
And then the realtor comes, and he's like, yeah, me and my girlfriend are here, and, like, you can't show the house. And it's like, don't do that.
I know, because she's
Say friend.
Yeah.
Like, you could have easily said friend.
Do we get the hot cocoa flashback, too? Is that in this book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they come to the house?
They sneak away and come to the house in the winter.
Yeah. And they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have sex.
And really can't sell the house now. It's where she lost her virginity.
Sorry, I'd be totally... Yeah, that's where Belly and I had sex.
Susanna would be so proud.
She would.
Oh, man.
I mean, she probably saw it. No, she was still alive, wasn't she?
Yeah,
never mind.
She was still alive.
That's good. Not watching over them quite yet.
Yeah. So, then the dad comes.
Yes.
Or no. Oh, no.
The dad does come first.
Yeah, dad does come first.
Because the realtor calls him. And it's like, your kids won't let me show the house.
Yeah. And he's like, you stop being immature, get out of the house. And then they go to that party, get drunk. She gets drunk.
Yes.
And then she calls her mom. And her mom comes in like cavalry.
Yeah.
And her brother was like upset, like
that he wasn't invited.
Yeah, like y'all didn't call me.
I did feel bad for him.
I did too.
I think he actually is he there in the TV show?
Yes,
I think he is.
Him and Taylor, they changed that.
Which I did like that because I do think that he should be there too.
Yeah, because they are there in the TV show. Yeah. Like they go with him in the TV show.
Yeah.
Or they call them in as reinforcements in the TV show.
Yeah, because they're like covering for her, and then he realizes what's happening, and
he's like, "Oh, I'm coming too."
Yeah.
Mom comes, saves the day. Dad is not going to. Oh wait, he makes a deal. He was like, if you pass, if you pass your midterms, we will not sell this house.
Yeah.
Knowing that Conrad has not studied.
Yeah.
A lick.
He's been here.
Yeah. And so they pull like these all-nighters helping Conrad study.
I do, and I will say like it was good in the book, but I love that scene in with the burgers and like in the TV show. It's so like good.
And so
you feel good for the first time.
It's like, okay,
we're all in this together,
and we're all working towards a common cause, and we're
to save Cousins Beach House.
And we're all kind of like, even though there is some like underlying stuff, we all
the brothers are like looking into. They're like, I know.
Yeah,
and they're like,
we can put it past us and like be, even though they're still like kids, like we can be mature about this.
Yes.
And then he goes. And he takes that test, and while he's taking the test, Jeremiah is basically just like,
I love you.
I love you. And Belly is just like, well, at least one of the brothers loves me.
Which makes me so mad.
And,
I'm just like...
She knows that he is not the brother that she likes.
But I will, like, and yes, and I will say, like, I think that they are such close friends. I think that there is a love there.
Friendly love.
And they, like, show some flashbacks in the book, too, of, like, her, like, Jeremiah, like, he's younger than Conrad, so he, like, actually does stay and, like, keep Belly company when she's sick, or like when they run off and like go do their thing, he's like, I'll stay with Belly.
Yeah.
Like, you get to see, which I do appreciate that, because it makes you understand more like why she might say yes to him.
Yeah.
But I think that she is like settling for the other brother.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is sad. And like, Jeremiah doesn't deserve that either.
And then Conrad passes his test, and he comes out there, and they're kissing, and it's just like, no! It's awful.
So bad.
It's awful. He says something very like snide. I can't remember what it is.
I can't either.
It's awful though, and you
just feel like you want to look away, but you can't because you're reading.
It's so awful.
So they get in the car though to drive home.
They can't. There's like a road is washed out or something. They have to stop in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And
for
then
the night.
He says something to her.
There's only one bed.
Yeah.
But they let her have it.
Let me see, because he says something to her.
Does he see the necklace finally?
Oh no, he sees that
way earlier.
He sees that earlier, and he makes a snide comment.
Yeah.
He's like, "I never gave you that."
Yeah, which is true.
Which is so true.
No, it's like when they're like, it's like her in the bed, and like the brothers are like on either side of them, and he's like still awake, and he says something. Maybe it's like,
oh my gosh, does this happen in the next book?
No. What?
Oh wait, here we go. No, it's not. It just happens so quickly. This book is so short, so it just like happens so quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, it was this. They're like, it's like night in the hotel room. Jeremiah's asleep, he's snoring, and Conrad is like on the ground, and he's just like, earlier when I said I never wanted you, I didn't mean it. And he's like, good night, Billy. And then by the morning time, he's called his friend to come and get him, and he just leaves. And it's just like, and like, I get that, it's just like, it's very frustrating.
It is.
Because I know that Billy wants him, but she's settling for Jeremiah, but it's just like, she's like, he's not giving me anything. So she's a teenager who's like, I'm going to take what I can get.
You can understand why she knows she can't have Conrad.
Yes.
Because Conrad doesn't act like he wants her.
Exactly. He's like giving her nothing.
He's giving her nothing.
Yes. And then, in this book, you do get or did you?
What?
I think you get, at some point, I thought you got a Jeremiah.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
You get a Jeremiah point of view. And so, one of my questions was, like, why do you think she chose to show Jeremiah's POV and not Conrad's?
I think she needed us to see that Jeremiah actually liked Belly.
Yeah. And I think if she gave us Conrad's, it would just be like, he's in love with her.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
we can't.
You can't know it. I mean, you know it, but
you can't
have it
from his point of view.
Yeah, you can't see it from his point of view.
And I think that like for us to fully believe that like for us to cheer, because there are people that want Jeremiah.
There are people who are
to this day
Team Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And I just want to be like, have you read book 3?
Have you read book 3?
Have you read book 3? People who only watch the show are Team Jeremiah, and I'm like,
I mean, even that, before I read these, it wasn't Team Jeremiah, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like, for the story to work, you have to believe that Jeremiah is in love with her.
Yes.
And again, I think that in his own way he is. Yeah. But I think I actually recently saw this thing, on some social media website, and it was like a clip from the TV show, to be fair, but I think it illustrates really well. It was like some clip from like Belly at the fair talking to a new guy, and and it shows Conrad in the background like looking like jealous, and Jeremiah not looking jealous, and it was like Jeremiah's only wants Belly because Conrad wants Belly.
Yes,
and
Conrad is the golden boy.
Yes, and I don't know that Jeremiah does it on purpose. Like, I don't think he's like set out to like maliciously do that. I think it's unconscious. I think he's like, I think he does love Belly in his own way, but I think that like if Conrad didn't exist or didn't love Belly, I don't think he'd be as interested.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree.
Complicated fellows there,
right? Has your opinion about Belly evolved reading the sequel?
Listen, I like Belly fine.
I have to remind myself that she's a teenager.
That's the thing. Yeah. I like Belly fine. I can understand her motivations.
Yeah.
I like her less after this book, though. Like, each subsequent book, I get more and more frustrated with her.
I agree.
And again, I get why she's doing what she's doing.
But it's still just like, come on, girl.
But I still just want to shake her.
It's like, come on, girl.
Yeah.
Like, you need something. You need better friends around you to be like, Belly, let's get to the root of this.
Yeah, like Taylor's not a good friend.
No.
And like going to the show really quick, I do
Taylor's way more likable in the show.
I like Taylor a lot in the show.
Tenfold.
And I love that her brother's in the second season.
Yes.
I think those are two huge changes that they made that like I really appreciate.
It made because the seasons follow the books pretty.
They really do. The
pretty
plot
well
is there.
Yeah, like where it ends, where it stops.
Yeah.
But they add more to the TV show, and one of the things that they add that I love is the additions of Taylor and Steven.
Yeah.
Because they are way more like dynamic in the TV show.
Yeah, and even like I remember they have Taylor's boyfriend in there, and he's like hilariously awful.
The guy in the band?
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
He's so cringe, but it's so good.
Because like Steven's still like you can tell Steven is still like into Taylor.
Yeah.
And so like that whole like side plot is just so entertaining.
It's very entertaining. They are very entertaining.
They are. They're good comedic because it's like so serious with Belly and the brothers, and then they're just kind of like over here and it's funny.
Yeah. I do like that about the TV show.
Is that the season we get the volleyball stuff? No, that's the first season, isn't it?
No, that's the second season.
That is the second season because the volleyball scenes are pretty entertaining too.
They are good.
Then that's not in
no. Yeah, that's not
the book. So yeah, I think that like the book is good, but I really like the extra things they add to the series too.
Yeah, I agree.
Minus, they did add that random character, like the sister and niece.
I didn't like that the TV show, it wasn't the dad who was selling the house, it was the aunt. And I didn't like that at all.
It just...
Because to me, the dad was like the villain in the trilogy.
Yeah.
And they kind of just like took that away.
Yeah.
Because it was like, Conrad had problems with his dad in the first book. It was like, and the dad is now...
He's the object of a lot of these, like, frustrations.
Yes, and it's like, Jeremiah's always trying to... and that, it's like a point of tension between the brothers, because Jeremiah's like, well, Dad's just doing this because he thinks what's best. Yeah. And Conrad's like, no, he's doing it because he's an asshole. Yeah,
I think of, like, I do... You lose a little bit without that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only critique I would have there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I love this series. I'm so excited for the third season. I think it should be coming out soon, probably this summer.
Oh yeah.
I would think they'd release it in the summer.
Yeah, I think they're releasing it this summer.
And
I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
I know. I hope it's good.
I hope it's gotta be.
I hope she doesn't change the ending. We're gonna get to the ending.
There's no way she will.
We'll get to the ending in the next episode.
Come with us next week.
Yes. Who are we cheersing to? Cheers to Susanna, R.I.P.
We lost a real one. Cheers to you. Mm-hmm. Pour some out for the homie.
Mm-hmm. And then
your sons are struggling
hard. And then next week we are talking about
the conclusion.
We'll always have summer. I do love the names of these.
I do too. They're just like so like pleasing.
Yeah, they really are.
Ginny Hahn did something with that. Good job.
We love it.
Yes. All right.
Bye.